Julie here with Deschutes Public Library. I'm a community librarian focused on youth services at the Downtown Bend Library, but today I'm happy to put away my crayons and glue sticks and make this lovely adult craft with you. As part of our No Strings theme this month, we're going to be creating a colorful tassel necklace on a claspless adjustable cord. We'll be using 1.5 millimeter leather cord and pearl cotton for the tassels. You can also use embroidery floss or even sewing thread if you wanted to make tiny tassels. You can purchase these supplies at Michael's or any other local craft store or online too. The only thing you'll need from home is scissors. So before we start, you'll want to design your necklace. So I made this prototype in rainbow colors, but for today I'm actually going to use the colors of our DPL logo. So if you're a super fan like me, you might like to do that too, or the rainbow colors are lovely, or any combination of colors that you like. I did combine two colors in this necklace. You can see the green and the yellow are one. I did that because I wanted there to be 5 tassels instead of 6 rainbow colors. But I thought it worked really well, and I think it would be pretty also if you wanted to make something symmetrical, you could combine 2 colors and use half on either side that way. So think about what you'd like and have some fun with it. The way we're making these tassels, it's the same way that you would make them to sew onto a pillow corner or linens or a zipper pull or whatever else you'd like to do. So I hope you'll continue to explore tassels and strings after we're done with this. All right, let's get going on this fun project. So I've got my first color here. I'm going to start with the blue, and we are going to take our cardstock to wrap it around. You could also use a fork to wrap it around, so that's kind of fun. This cardstock is cut to 1.25 inches. You could make it shorter or longer, and you could make your tassels fatter if you want, but I'm going to do mine 45 times, so we'll just start wrapping. One front and back is 1 time. Wrapping is kind of meditative. Just let your mind be soothed by that. Okay, that's 45 times. So I'm going to cut that right here. Now we're going to bend the cardstock a little to slide a small piece of string right underneath the tassel strings. So I'm using a color I don't want to use for my necklace, just to make sure that I have enough of my tassel colors. You'll use that to tie a knot tightly at the top. And now we're going to also slide the leather cord in between the tassel strings and the cardstock, just like so. And now we're ready to slide the whole shebang off the cardstock. So now I'm going to take these 2 ends of the leather cord and the 2 ends of the knotted cord, and I'm going to hold them like that, and then I'm going to take the rest of my blue and I'm going to start wrapping it around to make the top of the tassel. Now you could use a contrasting color for this too if you wanted to, and I think that would look neat too. So you're going to leave a little bit of space at the top, and then you're going to make a loop. And then you're going to hold that and just start wrapping tightly. And I'm going to wrap mine 10 times too. I've got 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm going to take my end through this loop and pull it tight. And if it goes well, we will have a knot. And it did go well. And now I'm going to take the other end that's left and I'm going to tie a knot again. So I've got a nice secure knot. And then, so there is a front and the back here, so that the knots are in the back. And now I am just going to cut this fringe right in half. So I'm going to put my scissors right through there. And there's my first tassel. And now if we were sewing this onto a pillow or a zipper pull or whatever, we would use this piece that I've done in a different color to actually sew it onto something or tie it onto something. But for this, we're building it right on the cord, so we don't need that. So I'm just gonna snip that. Tassel number 1. And my next color, orange. So I've got my orange here, my next color. So I'm going to take my cardstock here and start winding my 45 times. Here we are, so I'm going to give that a cut. And I'm going to use this color I'm not using to tie it off at the top. Again, so you won't want to use all your colors. I just wanted to give you some choice. So design first. Now I'm going to make a loop, just a loop like that. And then I'm going to hold those ends with everything. Now I'm going to wrap around. That was my 10. Now I'm going to put this end right through that loop. I'm going to pull it tight. And then I'm going to cut off those original strings that I was just using to hold it. And I'm going to cut these ends off. I forgot to do that with this blue one. So I'm going to do that too. And then I'm going to cut the loops to make the tassel. And take a look at them, see if they need a little bit of trimming. Now I have my blue and my orange. I think it's pretty so far. I like this. Okay, I've got all my colors down. There's our Deschutes Public Library logo, and there is my matching necklace. I'm really happy with it. Okay, that is lovely. So now we're going to make it into a necklace by actually making it into a loop that we can put over our heads. So I'd like to thank DPL's Chandra for teaching me this, and also give a shout out to jewelrymakingjournal.com, Rena Klingenberg's site, which has a nice tutorial that you can follow along to if this one doesn't make sense. So essentially what we're going to do here is tie one knot here and one knot here, and then they both slide. So you can make it long or you can make it short. So we're going to have one cord up straight and the other one curved around over the top. Now on the curved cord, we're going to measure about 4 inches. So that is like a little longer than your finger. And then we're going to make a little V in that, a V fold like this. Now we're going to lay this V fold right on top of this straight end cord with the straight cord in the middle. So see how that is? Now we're going to hold that with the thumb and forefinger of one hand, like that. Now we're going to wrap this short cord below the other two cords, like that. And now we're going to wrap it, over the top of all three of those cords, like that. And then back down behind and back over the front. And back down behind. And now we're going to take this little tail and thread it right through that original loop that was the V. It will slide up and down. So then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time this is going to be our straight cord, and we'll make our V here. And so there we've got our V on top of the straight cord. We'll put that in our finger, between our thumb and forefinger. And now we'll start by wrapping it behind. And then over the front. And then behind, over the front, behind, and now right through that original V. And you can see that that one also will slide. So you can open it all the way up to put it on, and then make it as short as you like. And there's my new DPL brand necklace. I love it. Friends, the inspiration for this tassel necklace came from Creative Bug, which is a real treasure trove of arts and crafts tutorials that your library provides for you for free. So you can find it in our DIY online resources. It's really a lot of fun. Catch the Creative Bug and explore drawing, painting, sewing, knitting, crocheting, quilting, baking, and more. Or cruise our catalog and put some books on hold for inspiration and instruction. Don't forget our streaming and downloadable ebooks through Libby and our always available Hoopla collection. And remember, Deschutes Public Library is here to help you achieve all your creative and DIY dreams.